everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today's game features one of the best offenses in the NFL. The Broncos rank in the top 10 in total offense, and they go up against a Pats defense that will need to be at its best. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, as you get a look at Sports Authority Field at Mile High. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with Tom Brady and the defending. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Now, Dion Lewis to return. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here come the Patriots now on offense. They are led out by a man who needs little introduction at this point. Well, no introduction. Now 5-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Well, let's give you a look here at the New England offense.
Well, we all know that Rob Gronkowski is one of the premier tight ends in the NFL, but what makes him that way is the size. We see that. The ability to run. He's faster than a lot of wide receivers. The agility. He's almost like a power forward in basketball. And the competitiveness. When that ball is released, he decides it's his and no one else's.
To throw, it's Brady. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A good pickup there of 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
I know we're still playing 11 on 11 in the NFL, but Chris Harris's ability to move into the slot and be a nickel corner makes me think we should have 12 guys listed on depth charts all the time because he goes in there and takes away the quick, small receivers, the tall, rangy receivers, and sometimes if tight ends move in there, he can cover them as well with his strength.
Brady to throw on second down. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
But when it comes to the running game, the New England Patriots, they're one of the few teams in the NFL that I don't think care much about balancing things out.
Last year, to your point, 5th in passing yardage, number 30 in the run game.
What they want to do each and every week is make a game plan based on their opponent not so much their own personnel, and they try to attack that way.
Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They go play action here on first down. And his first pass. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Green 39. Green 39.
3rd down now. It's C.J. Anderson. And now running right through it. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
3-19. 3-19.
They'll throw on first down with Osweiler, and he fires one incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On 2nd down, Anderson. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Now Osweiler. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's first down from the 42. Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. Ah, yes, Brady to Gronk. You think these two are in sync?
Without a doubt. And look, they both understand what they can do for each other. Gronk knows if he gets open, the ball's going to be there. And Tom Brady knows what a great security blanket Gronk is. When all else fails, you find Big 87.
Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
Again, it's Lewis. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. A gain of a yard gets him back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but When you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to them, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And incomplete here on 3rd down.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They start the drive with Anderson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing it off from the defense right there, they sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Now the former Utah man. This is Devontae Booker. He'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Time running out here on the play clock. To throw is Osweiler. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, David Harris. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Call it a 1-yard gain of the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Instead of the running back in New England, sometimes they like to call them the passing backs. They get them the ball in different ways, don't they?
They certainly do. Think about the ones they've had in recent vintage. You talk about Kevin Falk, Danny Woodhead, Shane Vereen, James White could have been the MVP in the Super Bowl if it wasn't for a certain quarterback that was on the field that day.
He was looking to find some space for Dion Lewis there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he's got room. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, Brady will yield to Gostkowski for the field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll set up shot. Right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. On second down, here's Brady. His throw incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The 3rd and inches, tried to pick it up the middle. He had nowhere to go, tackled for a loss.
And you know how we talk about double A-gap pressure, meaning linebackers going in the gap between the center and the guard on either side? Well, it's not always to get to the passer. Sometimes you do that to prevent a running play. Worked pretty well in that situation.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
From midfield now, here's Lynch. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Broncos on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Here's Lynch to throw. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a long one quarter in the books. It's a close game here early on. Charles and I back to Denver after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out.
All right, here we go. 319! 319! Hot! Over!
They run it again with Anderson. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Hot! Hot!
Here's Lynch. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Here's Lynch. And this is incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, he's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Hot!
Back to the ground, Anderson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle.
319!
Lynch with it on 3rd and goal. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And McManus able to put it through. And they are on the board, trailing now at 6-3. So it's been a battle of field goals here early on. I guess if this were a soccer game, it'd be 2-1, but instead here it's now 6-3.
You mean if this were a football game? Give credit to both defenses, though. When push comes to shove here early, they've held the line. And neither of these offenses have been able to break through.
And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Dion Lewis getting set to go again here with his guys on offense. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. They try again with Lewis. Room here to run. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
In his 5th year from La Tech, here's the lefty Ryan Allen to punt it. Emmanuel Sanders deep for the Broncos. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. Now Sanders. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit right at the line of scrimmage. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Second down, here's Lynch. Steps away to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now it's the Chiefs' all-time leading rusher. It's Jamal Charles on the carry. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
A fake to Anderson. Now it's Lynch. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the back here to the 43-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
So after the INT, it's Brady. He's going to air one out. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there for New England. And even 40 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you can see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. This is caught. Gronkowski. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. And when I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
So give him 3 there. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Paxton Lynch now, he gets set and heads back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. A 2nd down carry for Booker. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
On 3rd down, Lynch. And he's got Hireman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They give it to Anderson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
16. Watch 16. He likes to go for the sideline. All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now Lynch. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Offense staying on the field, so Lynch and his guys will go for it. They're going on fourth down. It's Lynch. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on down. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed fourth down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Brady. Amendola catching it left side. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Again, it's Brady. That is caught at the 7. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. Now Brady again. And he's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Brady to throw again. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. Gronkowski again. He was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. They tried to fade there to the back corner, and Charles, you know very well that can be hard to stay in bounds on that route.
So difficult because you have to start the route to give yourself enough space to actually fade away from the defender and stay in bounds, just as you described. If the defender's able to take away that little bit of cushion, it's often hard to come down inbounds with the ball.
This offense so far on 3rd down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
New England on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll run for it with Dion Lewis. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Broncos trail at home at halftime. The Patriots will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. Here we go. Let's do this. Here's your first half highlights. Broncos with the ball, end of the first. Lynch is on target here, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 18-yard line. Now following the turnover, Amendola's wide open down the field, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 3-yard line. Now following the pick, Miller's able to zero in on the QB here. This one ends up as a loss of 6. About halfway through the second, Lynch is on point with the throw, and he'll be tackled at the 46-yard line.
Okay, Larry, thank you. No touchdowns in our first half. What will we see in half number 2? Time to find out. So both teams have their mark. Marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go. 3-19.
Lynch looking to throw on 2nd. And this one is incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Lynch hands to Booker. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
Now Brady throwing on second down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
On third down, Brady. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Yeah, Sanders now to return. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So the Broncos coming out now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And they'll try to fire up the running game with C.J. Anderson. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Again, Anderson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. A dump off to Anderson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The Broncos on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
They only needed a yard, instead went backwards. And this one is right down the middle. And that'll move him back within 6 now. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now Brady, maybe a free play here, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Off the toss, Lewis. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new
game. You've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On first down, Brady throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. His tight end, Dwayne Allen, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Brady will try again on second down. He's going to look deep down the field. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Here we go.
Handoff comes to Anderson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. A gain of 3, second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's Anderson, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
The Broncos on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Lynch to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here's Riley Dixon now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taking it about the 16. Nice move by Lewis. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return, and the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra you know, that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Brady gives this one to Lewis. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance, and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
Brady sets up the screen to Lewis. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Let's go now. Detroit. Detroit. Blue 90.
Lynch turns and gives to Booker. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And now Lynch. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
third down. Booker. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect the pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
All right, now, look at 56. No. Check. Patriot.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. They'll hand off to Booker. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now it's Lynch. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
The play clock's running down. Here we go. Lynch on 4th down. Left side here to Sanders. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on down. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Gronkowski, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. The Patriots in the midst of just a brutal 6-week schedule. 5 of the 6 on the road. After tonight, they're at the Raiders, then home for the Dolphins, but then they go to Buffalo, to Miami on a Monday night, and they'll visit Pittsburgh as well.
And you and I both know that no one's going to feel sorry for the defending Super Bowl champs.
No, not at all. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty. But there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance.
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
They run with Anderson. He's been the bell cow tonight. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On the handoff, this is Booker. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up. An extra corner on the field for New England here on 3rd down.
Yeah, another DB.
Here we go. No. Watch it now, Barney.
Play clock winding down. A fake to Anderson. Now it's Lynch. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now Brady. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go now. 3-19. Over. Good. Hurry up. Here we go.
On second down, here's Lynch. Sanders has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll run with Booker, and he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now let's go. Blue Nine.
Looking to throw on second down. Lynch over the middle, complete. It's Sanders. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
Leopard. Now let's go. Good. All right, now look at 56. Watch it now, Barney. Get wide.
In motion left goes a tight end. 3rd and short, it's Booker. And an alley to run. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They run the counter now. It's Anderson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down.
Check, what's it? Check, what's it? All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Hot. Hot.
He'll look to throw. On the right side, caught by Green. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Hurry up, here we go. Detroit, Detroit. Set, clean, hot.
He's back to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. A gain of 6 there on first.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Carry number 20 coming up for Anderson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They run again on first down. Anderson. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Second down following the run.
Set, green, 39. Green, 39. Hot.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Gun. Here we go now.
Following the penalty, Anderson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal. First down now, but the clock continues to move. And down to just 21 seconds now as he spikes it to stop the clock. And this seemingly endless drive continues.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39. Hot.
Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds. They got the dramatic score to tie the game here late fourth quarter. Now all eyes resting on the foot of one man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Your brother called me before the game. That's his guy in fantasy. He needs this one badly.
So they're not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. And they have got the lead. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Back to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved.
Offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Amendola, he was the intended target, and it's third down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Broncos, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll be off to Oakland next week. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.